Okay, it's live. We're live.
What's up? What's
You want
up?
you want to do the introduction?
Oh man, start us off, dude.
All right. Okay. Welcome to the Guildcast, everybody. Part 9, episode
Oh
9.
jeez.
Last week it was all about. It was a mixture of things, but it was kind of like Guildham's origins. I just
Uh
put it
huh.
as origins part 1 because fuck it. I don't really know. I can only do so much. Can only
What was it
think.
about? It
It's
wasn't
just
with me, right?
it wasn't with you, no. By the way, I did apologize about the Valentine's Day special. It was really cringeworthy, so I decided to just scrap it and save us both the trouble of being
Good.
like, man, I regret that. I,
Yeah. So I was all hyped up, yeah, the thought of it. But then when it actually came to it, it's like, yeah, I don't really feel like talking,
yeah.
honestly.
Well, I mean, I think part of it was we were trying to force a topic that we were just not in the mood to talk about.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I just scrapped in and went solo because I was like, well, it's single. I'm single. Singles night. That's
Yeah,
Valentine's in a
fitting.
nutshell. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I kind of scrapped that. But this one, I felt it's going to be good because I got a list of topics that we can talk about. Also, if the call quality's a little wonky, I'm uploading some videos on my other channel. Feel
Oh
free to
yeah.
go check that out, viewers. But otherwise, it's just me and Spider Mikey here talking about life and stuff.
Yeah.
I got a couple topics. First thing I want to get off
Got a
my
couple.
chest. I played a little bit D&D for the first time.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like with actual people?
With actual people.
Wow. Who'd you
Yeah.
play with?
A bunch of work buddies. I'll
Nice.
go into the specifics later if you want, but yeah, just
Sure.
one of my coworkers was like, "Yo, let's get a group together. Let's go play some D&D." It was Star Wars themed to top it
Oh
off.
nice.
Yeah, yeah. So I was introduced to this whole mess of things. A very D&D campaign like setting, but since it was Star Wars themed, I had to go look up a bunch of races and try to figure out what I wanted to go with. And fortunately, the race that I wanted to go with was allowed. It was
What
one
was
of
it?
those. It was one of those like kind of not really well adverse races. The ones that are kind of more or less uncommon that you'd find. Like they do exist, but I
Hmm.
played as a Deshad, which if you don't
Oh
know,
man,
they're the
how do you spell
reptile.
that?
Okay, it's like DA and then shade.
I'll Google
The,
it real quick.
they're large
Oh
reptilian
yeah. Oh
guys.
yeah. Yeah. They're in
Yeah.
the Old Republic.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, they're not really well. They're not a common race, but they do exist.
Yeah.
They
I think
popped
they're
up.
meant for like they're like warriors and stuff. I believe
Yeah, yeah.
like a very brutal race.
They are, yeah. And the best thing of all, they're a little force resistant.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's why they were really good at hunting Siths and Jedi's.
What was your like class for 'em?
Okay, so I kind of went with a brutish type class. There was bounty hunter, but I was like, nah, I don't want to be a bounty hunter. Also, we had two
Mhm.
people that wanted to be bounty hunters, so I ended up going with a more mercenary type class, which is very similar. But mine, I guess the class was hired gun,
Yeah.
and the trait that I went with was bodyguard.
Oh nice.
Yeah, so I'm very tanky in the group. I'm also really
So you're pretty
stupid.
much what?
I decided to make my character pretty stupid. His
Oh yeah, yeah,
backstory.
yeah.
He was okay. So I think the setting of it was basically our group had various reasons, but we all went to Timo the Hut.
Hmm.
Not Java, but he is like one of the huts. I think the setting was he's located on Tatooine or somewhere around there. So basically, yeah, we're just like on Tatooine. I forget exactly where, but we're in this city. Like Timo's hut is there, and so we're all trying to figure out how to escape. That's basically the tutorial, and that's essentially how far we got through. Just escaping this area. I won't go into details because I'm sure not everyone wants to hear this, but to sum it up, basically my character, uh, he was captured when he was young, and he was raised as Gladiator by Timo.
Nice.
Yeah.
How
So,
long did you guys play for?
a couple hours. Couple hours.
Cool.
My character almost died. It was brutal, man. It was just one of those moments where it was like, no, my guy. His name is Kung, like Kung Fu.
Dude, it's unforgiving too. Like
Yeah.
whenever my brothers and I play, my youngest brother's character always dies, and then like, I mean, what do? You just have to restart a new character.
Yeah,
It's like every single time he's always dying.
yeah. I have to be honest. Trying to name this guy was tough because there's not really any Deshad name generators.
Uh-huh.
They're not a very well-known race, so they don't even get that. So I had to go with the next step up and actually figure out something in like Hudnese.
Uh-huh.
Because, I mean, he was raised by Team of the Hutt, so it's like, okay, you know, why don't we give him, like, a name that, like, you know, one of the Hutts would give him. And so I chose something kind of insulting. So I was like, I was looking through the list, and Kung was on there, and that's translated as scum. So that's my character in a nutshell. His name is Scum, but everyone calls him Kung because, you know, Hudnese.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah. He's I like to describe him kind of as the Chewie of the group, but a lot dumber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's basically just a meathead, but he's essentially the role of Chewie in the group.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
How many people were playing?
Let's see. We got 5 and the DM, so 6.
Dang, dude.
Yeah. Pretty good group. I had a lot of fun with it.
Cool. I need to start playing again.
Yeah. Oh, I want to start playing, but the problem is I think it's hard to actually get go to 2 campaigns
Mm-hmm.
because it's an ongoing thing. You know, it's generally you go to
It's hard enough
per
just
week.
to do that one.
Yeah, and if I do 2, I mean that's gonna be both my weekend days. I kind of like a little freedom, you know.
Yeah.
Do the stuff for the YouTubes.
That's why it's nice to do like a really short campaign, and then the next, like after you're done with it, you can move on to a new one.
Yeah. I will say, after this, I would be very open to actually doing some sort of campaign with your brothers.
Yeah.
Because
Those games we did were pretty fun too.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I like role playing. Even though that board game, the D&D board game that we did, wasn't really like huge into role playing. I like to think I tried to put a little bit of a twist to it.
Yeah.
My character, Dwarf Butt, he was the best. Yeah, he almost died.
Yeah.
Dude, that was brutal, man.
Well, and that was just like 1 out of like 20 campaigns for that game too. That
Really?
gets progressively harder.
Dude, I would play it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to do that. I need to get my brothers out playing with people in real life too, so that'd be good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your brothers are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And I also get the whole introverted tendencies because I'm pretty much an introvert, but all the same, you know, I'm still in it to win it.
Yeah.
Anyways, oh, I should probably mention I'm in a pretty good mood. I told you this, but I didn't explain to the viewers why. Also, typically I would be at work right now, but I got a text message literally right before I was leaving. Well, okay, 9 minutes before I was leaving, but I checked it as soon as I got into my car. My supervisor comes and says, "Hey, you want tonight off?" And I was like, "What?" So I took tonight off.
God, that's nice.
It's a really late night, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, it's pretty much a holiday anyway, so you might as well take it off.
Yeah. I got 1 day off, so I got a 3-day weekend. It's pretty legit, if I do say so myself.
You got any plans for the rest of the night?
You know, I got like a couple projects. If nothing else, I'll probably just play this stupid ass Digimon game so I can get the broken Digimon so that I can break the game. You may not understand any lick of that, but let me just say, I'm trying to make my characters OP. Trying to break the game, essentially.
Legit.
So really, that's that. I might do that. I might focus on this one project. I got a game that I have to do some stuff for, heavy editing, essentially. But I have to get the footage for it, so I might go record some of that.
Yeah, in probably an hour, so I'm gonna go watch. Well, not an hour. Uh, like 40 minutes probably. I'm gonna go watch this sad movie on Netflix that I've been looking forward to watching.
Oh no, that sounds like
Yeah,
me and Castaway.
yeah. I mean,
I have
it's
yet to
has.
see Castaway, but I've always
Oh, you
wanted to
haven't
see
seen
it
it?
for the same reason.
Yeah. No, that's a good movie.
Yeah, it's like I hear it's a good movie. I hear it's really sad, like towards the end, and it's like for some reason that really intrigues me. It's like I kind of want to see it. Feel like
It's sad. It's sad, but in my opinion, you ain't gonna lose sleep or cry over it.
no, no, no. Well,
Not,
maybe cry. I don't know. I did cry over The Last Guardian. It hurt.
Okay.
It hurt a lot. But I digress.
You might cry. You might cry it.
I might cry. I have a very sensitive.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong about crying. I mean, I get emotional. I'm a sensitive dude. It happens. Shouldn't hide your feelings, But I digress.
I watched a sad show last night. It wasn't really like sad, but it had definitely sad moments.
Mm-hmm.
So last night I binged watched an entire show on Netflix, and I'm kind of ashamed of it because it's like a coming of age high school show. But I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
It's
no,
it's called Everything Sucks
Everything
on Netflix.
sucks.
Yeah, and it's pretty much high school kids going into like their first year in the
Mhm.
90s. And the fact that it's in the 90s, like after the show is over, I went and bought every single song from that show, and I'm listening to some right now. It's just like, dude, brings back so many memories, man.
That good.
Yeah, well, it's kind of dumb at the same time. I mean, you're pretty much watching a show about your life that was 10 years ago. You know?
Yeah. No, I can
But
kind of get behind
There's
that.
there's like a little sense of charm and sadness in it that's just like, dude, that with the 90s music is perfect. And
I'll check that.
they're like 20-minute episodes or something, so I mean,
Oh, that's not too bad.
probably binge through it pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, to be
That's so
fair,
good.
I mean, I did share with you like a pretty stupid little show that I saw on YouTube about people with their food their food
Oh
addiction.
man, I'm actually gonna bring that up. The chick addicted to sugar, dude. She said something. I was just like, oh my god, it's like word for word everything that I've been feeling.
Yeah.
What was that show called?
I think it was actually called freaky, like was it food addiction or like freaky food addiction? I
I think
don't
it's
know.
just freaky eaters.
Freaky Eaters, that's it. That's what it was. But yeah, I like that because you and me being on our diets, it's kind of weird seeing people also having a similar problem. Although,
Mhm.
to their credit, I feel like it's kind of beyond them. Like
Mhm.
even if they want to quit, it's not something that they can just straight up give up without that
Yeah.
extra boost of help.
Well, I like that stupid fry lady who, as soon as she gets any kind of food that's not French fries next to her face,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
immediately starts throwing up. It's like, dude.
There was two
Okay,
people that
I'm not
had
gonna judge
fry-
too much.
Yeah, there was two people that had fry addictions. So
Oh, really?
I was a little thrown off because there's a dude that also had a fry addiction, but he didn't have like the same.
Oh yeah, here we
taste.
go. Same guy or a different guy right here.
Yeah, but no, like the fry lady, she was kind of cute.
Oh yeah, a lot of these chicks are cute.
She was kind of cute.
Well, okay, I take that back. Some of these chicks are cute.
Some of these chicks are cute. The fry lady was
I
kind
like
of
this.
cute.
I like this Coca-Cola addict right here. She's cute, but it's like, dude, man, if I were to date her
Oh, I remember her.
and she kept this up, she's gonna be dead within 2 years, dude. Like, there's no way she's gonna survive drinking this much cola.
I don't want to give too much away because I ended up finishing it. Like the first part of it, I guess, takes place in England or something, so it was it's kind of weird. I kind of prefer the American like version of it because I don't know. Maybe I'm just like brainwashed to be like America is amazing, but I kind of dig it a little bit more. I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, I think what it is a lot of the foods that they had in Europe. I'm just gonna say Europe. It doesn't really apply because we don't really have them. Like York pudding. We don't have York pudding.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not something we really have, and it was kind of stuff like that. And it's not really something you can really get readily available in your average grocery store here in or here in
Yeah,
America.
but like you can always kind of like find something that relates
Oh,
though,
absolutely, absolutely.
and then just kind of relate it that way.
I was just gonna say, unless you really look for it, it's not something readily available.
Yeah.
The
I'm so
stuff in
used. I'm
America,
so
though.
used to these. I'm so used to these British shows now that it's like it doesn't faze me anyway.
Yeah, but like there was the guy addicted to pizza. That was a good one. Oh, it was
Yeah.
great. He was like, I was like, yeah, obviously, I can see myself addicted to pizza. And then there was the
Oh
guy
yeah.
addicted to burgers. I was like, yeah, two best things right there.
Hmm.
God, made my just like I was like, oh, my sodium, man.
Oh, I know. Though there's two things that I've learned about myself when I'm dieting, which by the way, like last week was okay,
Yeah.
but like I'm on it now and I feel great. But there's two things I've learned while dieting. One, when I'm eating or when I'm eating healthy food, I like to watch for some reason people like make and eat unhealthy food. It like
Mhm.
makes my food taste better. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but
I mean, I think that's why I was watching the Freaky Eater
yeah.
show.
But then along with that is two, I like to watch people who are way worse off than me to make myself feel better about dieting.
Yeah. It's so vain, but at the same time,
Yeah.
there's like this odd sense of like, you know what, I'm at least trying to fix the situation
And it could
for
be worse,
myself.
you know?
Yeah.
Could be deeper into it.
And I have nothing against people that want to try to better themselves to who are worse off, more power
No.
to you. In fact, I'm here trying to do the same, so if anything, we got to stick together, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But at the same time, yeah, there's this there's like this guilty sense of pride that comes with it.
Hmm.
I can't lie, I'm probably guilty of that myself. But then again, you and I, we have kind of our own little regiment that yesterday maybe not yesterday, but it was at work last week because my supervisor was asking me about my diet a little bit. He was asking about like some of the specifications, like how long do I have to be on my diet, and I was kind of like, I feel really good, kind of having given up a lot of sodium, having cut back on a lot of it, having done what I do, much like you. I feel really good, it feels great being on this. I have a lot of energy. I feel really motivated and focused when I'm on this, and it's kind of like, I kind of like this, I want this to be a life change, I kind of want this to be my life, and it's just like I can't do that because there's this aspect where you give up a lot. You have a tendency to focus on what you're giving up rather than what you can have. And I think that's one of the problems with being on a diet. Depending on what you focus on, whether or not you're being pessimistic or optimistic, it kind of can hamper the whole process of everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I try to be optimistic. I try to focus on, okay, here's some of the stuff that I can have. How can I make this work?
Mm.
Like just the other day, I was looking at I was at the grocery store and I was looking at the produce aisle and I was looking at something that was new and different that I haven't really tried before, and I decided to pick up some turmeric root.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be really good
That's what I keep hearing.
for you. Really good for you.
Yeah. So I'm trying to put that in some of my recipes. It's one of those things that I swear to God, you will not know that it's in there. It just has like no taste to
Right.
it whatsoever. It's an additive. So it might be good for you, but really you're just adding it to it without really any null. Like except for like adding it to it, it's just kind of like this doesn't really take away or add to anything.
Yeah.
So it's not
Nope.
bad. It's just if I add something, I kind of want it to like bring out more flavor or add something to the flavor. So
I've learned I can't do that. Like I've learned the only way I stick with something is I gotta be simple. I can't add anything. If I start adding things, then I start thinking like, it takes more energy to. It's stupid. It's just the way my brain works.
no,
But
it's
I gotta
all
keep
good,
everything
buddy.
the same and simple.
I think that's a very admirable way to go about things. Stick to what you feel comfortable with, because honestly, that's how you're gonna stick to your diet. Me, on the other hand, I like to experiment a little bit. I like to get a little crazy with my cooking. For instance, I like shallot onions because they add a nice flavor to things that I cook with, especially omelets. Let me tell you, I like making omelets. I really like them.
Yeah.
They're great.
Well, with onions though, I pretty much have every single onion in my diet. Like
No.
I love onions, so
Have you tried shallots?
let me Google that. How do you spell that?
Like Shallot. I think that's how you pronounce how you spell it. I could be wrong.
No, I don't think I have tried those.
They're My grandma says they're mild onion, but I think that they add a really nice strong flavor to anything. Not like overwhelming, but a nice flavor to anything you're cooking with. And I love putting them into my omelets. I also put them into other things, but they're really good. They add so much flavor. They go really well with garlic. Also, I must say, I don't really eat a lot of red meat, but any red meat I do eat, I just have like a strip of bacon that I add into my omelet.
Yeah, I don't do any red meat right now. It's just chicken,
I have a strip of bacon.
and
I-
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't really go overboard with the bacon either. I mean, when I have an omelet, it's probably either like 2 or 3 times a week.
See, this is another example of why I can't like add things to my diet. Because last week I got some seasoned turkey or something, or
Oh, yeah?
seasoned beef or something like that. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna add a little bit of this each day to my breakfast to spice it up. And then like in 1 or 2 days, it was gone. I can't like control
Oh,
myself with that
shit.
kind of stuff. So like I just can't anything that I'm like, oh, I could possibly add this to my diet. I just can't, or else I go overboard with it.
Mm-hmm. I think
That's why it needs to be the same and simple.
no, that makes a lot of sense. I think for
Yeah.
me, how I balance it out is because I have to cook it. I'll only
Yeah.
use so much, and so anything else that I would do, I have to cook it. Like bacon, I
Yeah,
have
well,
to
I
cook
cook
it.
I cook all my shit too. It's
Okay.
just,
I don't cook every day though. Well, except
Yeah,
breakfast. I cook breakfast or make
Yeah.
it. I assemble it.
same. I cook breakfast every day, and then all my chicken and rice stuff twice a week.
I do weekly chicken, but depending on how things are going, I probably can kind of scoot that back a little bit because for dinner, what I usually do is I'll cook for about 2-3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it's like, okay, now I gotta cook some more chicken. Now I gotta do some more things.
Yeah.
I finally figured out how to make avocados work. They're a good base for a
Good.
sauce when I put them into my wok.
Nice.
Cause
I love avocados.
I'm not huge on avocados, but as long as I can make it work, then that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
And I have, so it's good. I like.
What are you gonna cheat with this next weekend? You already know.
I think it's gonna be pizza. I promised my friend that I was gonna make something really special, and I think I'm gonna make some pizza.
Nice.
But with
I think,
you, it's gonna be something even better. Because I know in 2
Yeah.
weeks we're also gonna hang out, and I was talking about pizza, so it's like consider
let's
this.
let's do something like athletic too. Like let's go on a hike or a walk or something.
Okay, yeah, we can totally do that.
Get active.
I mean, I got that trail by my house, so it's all good, buddy.
Yeah.
If you want to come over here,
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping to. It's
Okay.
just,
no, I got you.
I say 2 weeks. I say 2 weeks because I procrastinated with my truck. So hopefully
Oh.
next weekend I get it done.
Okay, I got you. Either way, it's it'll be good. We can totally get in some cardio and stuff like that.
And with that, dude, man, 6 days in a row, the gym. I feel fantastic, dude. And that's 40 minutes of cardio each day. And then
Nice.
yesterday I didn't work out because if I'm gonna go to the gym 7 days a week, I need some days where it's just cardio.
Yeah.
You know? So when I'm just doing just cardio, it's gonna be an hour a day. But dude, 7 days a week, going every single day, I'm getting into a consistent schedule. It feels fantastic.
I mean, I think cardio is really good, regardless of whether or
Yeah.
not like you do a lot of it or if you just try to push yourself a little bit. I know for a fact that today when I woke up, I was kind of a little not really in the mood to talk to people. I was really feeling introverted, more or
Mhm.
less. And
That was me
then,
yesterday. For sure.
and then I went and got a little bit of jogging in because today is supposed to be my cardio day. The problem with it is it's really hard to get into the swing of things when you have a cheat meal.
Hmm.
And I was telling
Oh,
you
it
about
really
this.
is.
Yeah.
That's
And,
why, like, man, I'm kind of worried about next week because, like, I've been pretty consistent on the diet,
yeah.
except for but I haven't like gone major cheat. But next week is my like 1,000 calorie cheat, and I'm like, oh man, it's just gonna ruin everything. But anyway,
I got to
you were
be
saying,
honest. Well, my cheat meal it wasn't anything special. In fact, it was pretty shitty. The only good thing is I didn't finish the main course. Cause
what was it?
okay, so I got some of those canned Chef Boyardee raviolis. I went
Uh,
with the big can. I swear I didn't even finish like half the can because I was just like, God, there is a shit ton of sodium in that stuff.
oh yeah, there is anything can,
Dude,
dude.
dude, one serving size is like 800 milligrams of sodium. That is a
It's
fuck
ridiculous.
lot. That is a fuck. That is a fucking buttload of sodium. More or less, that's gonna kill me when it comes to my limit. But I digress. Point is, cheat meal. I'm a push the
Exactly.
boundaries.
Can't
So I
count that shit.
yeah. So I had some of that. I had some garlic knots, which I managed to pawn a couple of those off of my grandparents. I was just like, hey, saving for my travel. Here, have some garlic knots. It's all good.
Yeah.
I just wanted some bread, really, but I didn't want to go for like plain bread. I just wanted something, with like capabilities, some sort of
Mhm.
dairy on it or something. So I went with garlic knots. They weren't bad. I kind of burned them a little bit, but it is what it is. Then I had like some ice cream, and I was like, well, that's my cheat meal. Didn't finish the raviolis, which was probably for the best because that would have killed me altogether. It was pretty shitty if I do say so. I mean, I got what I wanted out of it, so I can't complain on that front. But at the same time, it's just like God, if I had planned this better, it
Yeah.
would have been much much more worth it.
So I mean, that's kind of the point of the cheat meal too. It's like to make yourself feel like shit, and then it motivates you to get back on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, and tomorrow, I plan on trying to actually run my whole entire course. I didn't run the whole entire thing because, again, cheat meal kind of just doesn't really
Yeah.
do the things that you want it to do, but at the same time, it kind of fucks up my cardio. It also kind of motivates you, as you were saying.
Hmm.
And like I think if I did half my course, it's like okay, this is the right direction, and if I'm actually able to run it tomorrow, then yeah, it's totally worth it because I got a little more cardio than planned. Not in like the way I want it to go, but I'll take it.
Hmm.
It's a step in the right direction. That's how I view it.
Yeah, next week or next weekend, I think my cheat meal. I'm gonna go to Fred Meyer after school on Friday probably, and I'm gonna get 2 bean burritos,
Oh
one
damn.
corn dog, one corn dog,
Oh my
and then a
god.
pack of healthy ice cream, like bars.
Dude, I
That's
wish I
gonna
had
that's gonna be
thought
my cheat.
about I wish I had thought about the burrito aspect. In fact, I was thinking
Yeah,
tacos myself, but I didn't have any chicken available.
and we're talking like you go to Fred Meyer and order the hot burritos, dude. They're so good.
Oh my god, that sounds so
Maybe I'll get
good.
some chicken too. I don't know.
I mean, the way I
But
see
like
it,
I
cheat
said, dude,
meal.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get to that 1,000 calorie mark
Yeah,
every single cheat meal. So I don't want to like undereat, and that 1,800 calories a day, that's gonna be undereating if I don't have something big,
yeah,
and then I'll just binge. So
yeah. Don't binge too hard though.
yeah, well if I stay in the 1,000 calorie mark,
Mhm.
which goes up pretty quick. I mean that's not even
Oh
that much
yeah,
food.
yeah. I know
But
what you
I mean
mean.
I'll still be 2 pounds every week according to that math. So
Oh
we'll
nice.
see.
Yeah, no, you and me, as long as we stick to this, we're gonna lose weight. I mean, we
Oh
already
yeah.
are losing weight. It's kind of shocking, really. I have to say. Again, it's not really my focus. It just kind of happens regardless because I'm focusing on the blood pressure as opposed to actual weight loss. But lo
Yeah.
and behold, it's coming down.
Yeah. My original thing was like I just wanted to feel good and like
Yeah,
not
that
get
was
so
my
out of shape when I'm
secondary, and
doing something.
it's great.
But I've realized I've accepted the fact that being fit and skinny and losing weight is a part of feeling good. So
Yeah,
like that has to be my goal. That has to be my primary goal.
it has to be part of it. No, I gotcha. Because I'm right there too. I completely understand because that's kind of what I want also.
Hmm. Oh, and
And
completely unrelated. So like this new movie came out
yeah,
and it's called Small Town Crime. We should watch it sometime.
okay.
But it has a Nova, my car, a Chevy
Oh yeah,
Nova.
yeah,
It's like one of the main like things in the movie,
yeah. Oh,
and it's the
nice.
same year as mine, but it looks badass. And I messaged the people that made the movie. I was like, dude, I love your movie, man. Any info you can give me about the car and the build? And they actually messaged me back the other day, and I felt super happy. I was like, oh man, they noticed me.
Dude.
But they sent me the link to the guy's Facebook who built the car,
Yeah.
and I was able to get some information out of him. But dude, so not only are we gonna get in shape and stuff this summer, dude, we're gonna be riding in style. Like it's happening.
We're gonna go
I
around
have
town
all these
looking moody.
plans. Yeah, all these plans for my car. And right now I'm searching up parts and stuff. But dude, it's happening, man.
No, I'm
Gonna get
right
in
there
shape
with
and we're
you.
gonna be cruising the Nova. But yeah, like let's watch that movie sometime. It's so good.
All right, I'm down. Something I guess like related, but kind of moving to a different topic because it's also on my mind, but it's also kind of related. So last year I told you I was starting to get into gardening a little bit,
Yeah, yeah.
like hydroponics, just
Hmm.
growing seeds and trying to grow some food. So I started some seedlings this year, or last week. I started some seedlings for this year, and it normally takes a little while. I swear to God, with vengeance, they are just all coming up. It's crazy.
Oh man, you gonna be able to keep up with it?
Well, I mean, the reality is I'm just waiting until March, so that's not too far away. But yeah, I think so. The only real problem I've run into is the corn is just it's growing like crazy. It's growing like a weed.
Yeah.
Literally, I had to. So I don't know if you know this, and if you don't, that's perfectly fine. But corn, when it starts, its roots like get to be about an inch within like a few days.
Wow.
It's pretty insane. And so, being a little worried, I'm just like, oh god, I don't want this thing to die out like this young. So I kind of had to quarantine it into its own little thing, put it into a cup, and just let some water reach the roots so that it could actually grow very successfully. So I had to get a little creative, but all the same, everything's growing pretty well. It's gonna be good, and so I'll have like
Good.
fresh fruits and well, not really vegetables. All right, fresh vegetables, less fruit. I guess
Good.
tomatoes though, tomatoes and pumpkins.
Yeah.
Point is, I'm growing some food, buddy, and I'm gonna learn how to make like tomato sauce and pizza sauce and all that
Yeah,
kind
that'll
of
be
stuff.
awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be all like made by yours truly. It's gonna be great.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I'll definitely eat some of that, dude. That sounds good.
I'll give you some of this stuff if you want it.
Yeah. How about you just you make it?
Okay.
I'll go over.
All right.
And eat it.
Fair enough. I'll be like, here, my friend. Let's have some pasta. Cheat
Yeah,
meal
we can
day.
eat-
Here's
eat
some
all
of
your
that
children.
pizza. Yeah. Oh, it's just the byproduct. The real thing is me actually growing the plants. Gotta get a little creative. Try to
Yeah.
kill well, not kill. I'm not that brutal, but try to get rid of the rabbits from eating these kind of things. I'll
Yeah.
figure it out. It'll probably be some sort of pepper spray. They can't they can't really take the what is it, caxium or whatever it is, the chemical that's in peppers why they're hot.
Huh.
something along those lines. There's like this element that's in peppers. Why when you eat a pepper, it's really hot.
Hmm.
It's a chemical reaction. And that's why it's not very pleasant, or at least if you don't handle spicy foods really well, it's not very pleasant.
Yeah.
Same thing for mammals. Like deer and rabbits don't really like that kind of stuff. So if you coat them in a little bit of pepper spray, not like actual pepper spray, but like I think it's if you take pepper flakes, boil them in some water, and then spray your plants down, they'll stay away.
Mm.
It's very unpleasant for them.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah,
Fuck them anyway.
make some rabbit stew.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, that sounds good considering how many Eastern Continentals there are around here. But
I know.
all the same, I don't think I could do it.
No.
I'm a little bit of an animal
Unless I
enthusiast.
needed to.
Yeah. Well, if the zombie apocalypse happens, I think we'll be okay.
Oh yeah, we'll have like our own little rabbit farm at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
Having
Well, I don't
rabbit
know.
stew.
The problem
every
is,
single
I don't know if we can actually like raise Eastern Continentals. They don't do very well in captivity, and they're very susceptible to stress. They'll die from a panic attack.
Never mind.
But on the plus note, if you trap one, killing one won't be too difficult because basically you just have to scare it. That's really cruel. But hey, I'm talking about zombie apocalypse rules, okay? Guys gotta eat to survive. I'm not talking about like, I'm gonna trap one and do that because that's cruel. Nah, I won't kill a bunny. Not unless like it's a life or death situation. I'm not going that route. That's just cruel.
Yeah, it is.
I like animals.
Yeah, like animals more than people.
Actually, I can agree with that statement 100%.
But as far as like hobbies go, since you mentioned gardening and stuff,
Yeah.
so I have a video plan. Like I have a video coming.
Oh,
It's gonna take
good.
me about a month and a half,
Okay.
but it is perfect because I gotta learn this song on piano, which is gonna be easy because my next school quarter I have piano class, so I'll naturally be playing every single day. But I have like a clip that I want to put before the video starts that is related to the song,
Mm-hmm.
and then have it like transition into the song. It's gonna be so good. So expect that in about a month and a half.
I am gonna hold you to your word.
And that'll be like the first of many because piano class, I'm gonna be playing and learning things like every single week.
Well, I would hope so. Your channel's barren, bro. I've been waiting for that videos for like over a year now.
I know. My
It's
channel's
probably
a
been
one-hit
multiple
wonder.
years.
Definitely been about a year.
Yeah. But either way, that's good.
One-hit wonder.
So it sounds like we got our own hobbies. I'm into gardening. You got your piano, and you got your car that you got to work on.
Yeah.
So that's good. I like it.
Yeah, and then we're doing the workouts. We're doing the dieting, dude. It's happening.
So outside that, I did say that I had some WoW on the brain, so I do want to talk a little bit about World of Warcraft because.
Well, before you get into that, so like one thing that's helped me with cardio is I go to the gym, and the first thing I do is 20 minutes of bike at the gym, and that's where I've been reading the Arthas book.
Okay, is
So
it an
it's been
audio
nice.
book or is it
No,
like okay?
no, I read it. It's a paperback book.
Okay.
Got it for Christmas a couple years ago.
Okay.
Finally started. But dude, doing cardio and then like focusing on other things besides the cardio has been helping so much.
That's
and that
good.
book is just amazing. So
Because
Now let's talk
it's about Arthas and his origins.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I want them to make a HBO show out of it, like a little mini series. I think it'd be bigger than Game of Thrones.
I
so good.
I could get into that. I'd actually get a subscription.
Yeah. I mean, you should anyway.
Catch up on my Game of Thrones that I have not even
Well,
started.
it's not even Game of Thrones. So the piano video that I'm gonna be doing
Yeah.
is on Westworld, and that's on HBO. And the new
Okay.
season's coming out soon, and that show is amazing. But anyway,
World of
Did you want to bring
Warcraft.
up for WoW?
Okay, so I have a couple topics, and I did kind of already tread on this a little bit like before this episode. So I was saying to you, if you had to pick a character from World of Warcraft to represent you, you would be Arthas. Like
Yeah.
100%. You're like I'm Arthas.
So I mean, it's kind of hard to like say, that's gonna be represent me, since ultimately he ended up becoming a Lich King and dying. So,
Yeah,
but
but I
from
mean
what
he
I
was
got from the book,
badass. He's
what
best
I got from the
villain.
book is like right now, like he is like completely good. Like there's no
Yeah.
hint of the Lich King right
This is
now. All
before he got obsessed with
yeah,
hunting
like yeah,
the Dreadlord.
like he's deep in the light right now.
Yeah.
He's making all the right choices.
This is before
Every
the
single
calling of
his whole kingdom.
Stratholme, isn't it?
Yeah, his
Yeah,
whole
okay.
kingdom like absolutely loves him. So right now he's like the perfect prince. Like all the archmages from Dalaran are like really respect him.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, he's a good guy right now.
It's more or less his high point.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, and then he's in love with a girl, and that's all he thinks about is
Jaina.
Jaina. So I guess that part would represent me a little bit. Just kind of how their relationship works. Like man, that's like all of my relationships right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they of course end on a bad note, and that's just like man, Arthas, man, he's my guy. That's me for sure.
Because there's a lot of tragedy with the success.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like I did see a video that goes over a lot of this. It's that
Mhm.
noble guy. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's really
Oh,
good. Knows a ton about like WoW lore.
though I do highly suggest like read books if you have the opportunity to like and you start reading or something.
Mm-hmm.
Read the books because like I saw the video with Arthas and it was really good, but reading is it's so much. It gives you so much more. Like where I'm at in the book right now, Thrall just got like just escaped from Durnhold
Yeah.
from the dragons. I forgot what they're called.
The
But so right now, King Tyrannus is pissed off at man, what is his name? It's like Black something. Whoever was
Blackhand?
was no,
Not Blackhand.
it was the human that enslaved Thrall and
Oh.
turned him into a gladiator.
Oh, I want to say Blackmane, but I don't think that's it.
Yeah, it's got to be Black something. But Tyrannus is super pissed at this guy because he allowed Thrall to escape. It's like, dude, I don't remember that being in Noble's video.
Well, that's because he was
So it's like,
focused. That's because he was
Yeah.
pretty much just focused on Arthas rather than going into a lot of the smaller details that focus on other characters.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, there's so many small details in this book that are just amazing.
Which is why you read the book, because it gives you a lot more flavor and I want to say
And
experience, but I don't think
Thrall comes off like a complete badass in these books too. The first time
back
we
when
see,
you like Thrall.
yeah, first time we see Thrall, like Arthas went to go visit this General Black whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they're at like an arena, like a coliseum,
Yeah, yeah.
and Thrall is like the main gladiator, and they send a bear into the coliseum, and Thrall like completely tackles the bear and just slaughters him like it's nothing. It's like, dude, Thrall is a badass.
Thrall is young and impressionable.
Yeah.
The hot-blooded Thrall. No, that was like back when Thrall was actually didn't really know his purpose, didn't really know that he was destined to be a shaman.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
So
know.
like that's one thing that this is unrelated. Like, well, not unrelated, but a little sidetrack here. It's one thing that kind of pisses me off with WoW because like he started off being this like gladiator, undefeated gladiator. It's like
Mhm.
complete badass. And then like the WoW with Cataclysm and Mists of Pandaria, they kind of take his character more into like a kind of like a pansy, you know. He gets his ass whooped against Garrosh, who of course Garrosh is a beast in his own.
Yeah.
But we talk about Thrall, who was like a champion gladiator who fought all the way up until like he was his like 30s or whatever.
Right.
It's like he's not just some pansy who needs the elements in order to win.
Right. I think the
Thrall's
problem
badass.
with it is because he had to kind of do a class change, from my understanding. You know, like he was always the shaman, I guess, to some degree, but it wasn't until like Cataclysm where he really had to focus on it. You know, he had to make the choice. That's why he gave up being war chief, so he could just focus on the elements. So then it was kind of like, oh, I can't just quite use my bare strength here. You know, it's like, help me, friends.
Hmm.
So yeah, you know, you take the rage from Thrall, but you make it into like, okay, now I have the elements to aid me. You know, it's like I talked to everything around me. It's my friend. I
Yeah.
use the Force, the midichlorians.
I mean, like, it's not like when he fought Garrosh the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Garrosh pretty much like one shot him though.
Yeah. No, I remember. I did the raid on Orgrimmar,
Mhm.
or the
I did
siege
the
of
raid.
Orgrimmar.
I did the raid twice this week.
That's right. You can actually do it pretty easily. I still need to get my subscription up so I can kind of experience all Legion before it goes into the new expansion, which still ways away, but you know that's gonna be
Well,
coming
especially
up.
like if you want to level the new races,
Mm-hmm.
you need to get exalted. with-
Oh, you know I
so,
would get exalted with the High Mountain Torn because that's
Yeah.
what I want
I
to
know,
play
I'm leveling up one right now too.
I like the High
His
Mountain
name is
Torn.
Blood Fur.
Blood Fur.
Yeah.
It sounds so violent.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from what is it, God, I can't remember what it is. I feel so ashamed. I call myself a WoW. Like I don't know. I play WoW, but
What is
I
it?
don't remember. Was that the Ash Totem? Like
The what?
the Ash Totem tribe? I
Oh, I
forget.
don't know.
It was like
Are you talking
Torrents
about
are
like Karen and stuff? Blood Totem?
no. I don't think it was Blood Totem. I was just gonna say the Torn are rather peaceful. You know, they're not really all that violent. But then you have like that one tome that has, or that one tribe that ended up like poisoning Bane. Like you know when Grash went to fight Bane for leadership of the Horde.
I know of it,
Yeah,
but
yeah. There was like I forget what. Oh, it's gonna bother me until I figure this out. But yeah, basically, I remember there was like one group of Torns that were always shady in how they go about things. But anyways,
I tried Googling it, but I don't see anything.
you know what? I'm gonna call a break right here so I can do a 5-second Google search because it's gonna bother me until I figure it out.
Alright. All it says is
Okay, all
that's your
right.
last name. I assume
No, it's
that's
the
what it
Grim
is.
Tome Trad. That's what it is. The Grim Tome Trad. You got it. You did it. You figured it out. I don't know how much of that got recorded because I just randomly resumed, but Grim Tome. That is the trad that I'm thinking of. Yeah, they're more or less the kind of violent in comparison to a lot of the Torn tribes, which are very peaceful in comparison.
Mm.
And that's not to say that Torns can't hold their own. I mean, they're a very beefy, big tribe. I love the Torns. It's probably my favorite race in the
Yeah.
all of WoW, but
They are mine too, but I don't like really playing them in WoW.
because you're
It's
all
'cause, like,
about the
they're too big and
Alliance.
bulky.
Well, you're all
No,
about
it's-
the Alliance.
I actually think at Battle for Azeroth I'm switching sides.
Really?
Yeah, since they're gonna end up having the Draenor orcs be a playable race.
At some point.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking pretty early on into the
Okay.
expansion.
I mean, that makes a lot of
So-
sense.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
Right now it's based on the armor sets, and the armor sets they show for the Horde are like complete like Horde armor sets. Like
Okay.
you see that and you're like, dude, that is an orc, and it looks badass.
I like the Torn straight up. Even though my main is a Blood Elf. A lot of that had to do with back in the day when you play Wrath of the Lich King, they didn't really have any paladins on the Horde side except for Blood Elves
Yeah.
because was it the Burning Legion was basically like, okay, we're gonna kind of give those those faction exclusive classes like to the other factions, so everyone can basically have their choice. So yeah, the alliance was able to play as shamans.
That was a bad day. Sure.
What?
That was a bad day.
It was a bad day.
Yeah, where they, yeah. Well, that decision. I wish it was Alliance Paladins or Shamans.
Well, I mean, you know, back in the day when I first started playing WoW, I don't think we really knew each other, so I didn't really have any dictation over Horror Alliance. All I knew was the people that I got into WoW with were very much like Horde, yeah, Alliance, no, because they're boring. So, you know,
Well, I
naturally.
started on my first character was an orc warrior,
Ah,
but
okay.
I wanted to be a paladin, but I started playing like the first month that WoW came out, so
I gotcha.
you know,
So
I had
you
to
had
give
to
it.
play as as the Alliance.
Yeah.
Me, I had the option of playing as a Blood Elf, so I was like, okay, might as well because you know they could be paladins, and that's my only choice. I mean, I guess I could play as a warrior, but I was kind of like I kind of like the idea of being able to heal myself and having all the strength that you would as a warrior. So I was like, paladin sounds like the right choice for me.
Hmm.
So that's
Although
why,
I think when Battle for Azeroth comes out,
yeah,
that Zandalari trolls can be paladins too.
that's kind of weird. But I mean,
It is.
that's not the weirdest idea I've ever heard. I
I mean, I
mean,
pretty much
trolls can
at this
be.
point given up on like actual lore,
Mm-hmm.
but as far as like gameplay, I mean, the troll paladin that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I could get behind that. But when they finally do undead paladins, I think that's when I'm kind of in the
Oh man,
same boat.
I'm in, dude.
You're in.
Yeah, as soon as I could be an undead paladin, I am in.
You're just
I've always
switching
wanted to
sides.
have an undead. So
I mean, lore-wise, it makes no sense whatsoever. Even
it
the fact that
doesn't,
they.
but I mean, at the same time, like I think the light, because you know they're heroes that have died and come back. So
Yeah.
I feel like if you were a paladin in your previous life, I mean,
I think
I feel
what
like
we
the
need to
light's still
do
there.
is have it so that there's other undead races. And by that I mean like, you know, you're still part of the undead, but much like how it is with like all these sub races, I guess you can say. Because I mean that's kind of what we're getting, you know, allied races. They're kind of sub races from like everything that we got right now. Uh Branched off from the main choices that you got. I would say I think for undead we need to have like undead versions of everything else, or at
Yeah.
least a
Well, I
large
think
proportion of them.
it'd be nice if we can get every one, but I think undead's gonna end up getting undead elves.
I mean that makes sense considering you got
Yeah, it's like
Sylvanas.
Sylvanas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't wait until they make an undead Torn. It'll be great.
Just be a death knight.
I mean, yeah, technically that is how that happens, and I do have an undead Torn Death Knight. I got one.
Hmm.
I don't play him much. I mean, I don't play anyone right now, but like I never played him much because I was just like, I don't know if I can really get into the Death Knight zone. It's just not
Yeah.
really. I'm just not feeling it, you know.
Hmm.
I mean, it's cool and it's like up my alley in terms of what I want as a character, like gameplay wise. But for some reason, I'm just like can't really have the full force of playing this for some reason. Something's off. I don't know. Maybe it's because I play as my paladin, so it's just like it's too similar or something. I don't know. I should really go for unholy if I ever play a Death Knight again.
Yeah. It's kind of a complicated spec to play though.
Yeah. Has it gotten a lot more complicated?
It's okay. I don't think it's complicated. Like every single spec in the game, you can learn pretty easily, but it just
Hmm.
doesn't feel right. Like
Okay.
it doesn't. Feel right.
Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
As
I
opposed to like Frost, which is just like fluid and it feels fun to play.
as opposed to like you know a frost mage, which is a little more complicated, but then again, I would say the same about all mages. It's not something that I can easily pick up.
Yeah.
I tried. It didn't work for me.
Yeah. What I'm doing right now, for transmog purposes, I've accepted the fact that I'm just gonna be play classes from now on. Like I have other classes, but I'll
Mhm.
probably never play them.
Right.
I'm just gonna be my play classes. And I know how to play every single play class, so it works. I'll just have like 2 warriors and 2 paladins,
Okay, there you
2
go.
death knights or something.
I like
Because
Hunter.
right now I have.
Hunter's really
Yeah, I
fun.
like hunters too. I like hunters too. It's just I don't know. I don't have enough time to play everybody.
Yeah. I don't think I could really get into Demon Hunter too much. I tried.
No. He was one of, like, Illidan was one of my favorite classes to play in Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
I feel like it's too late for me to want to get into
Right.
Demon Hunters right now.
I mean, they're the new hot class, or at the very least they
Yeah.
were.
Yeah, give it a couple expansions. I'm sure I want to play one.
Yeah.
Right now, like, they have like 3 abilities. It's like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna click 3 abilities. That sounds kind of boring.
Hey, fair enough. You know, it's funny. You want to know the whole reason I was building up to World of Warcraft, or just WoW in general, or like Warcraft lore-wise? So you have Arthas, but I don't really have anybody that I just kind of connect with to like represent me. I don't know. It's
You got anybody that come to your mind?
well, I mean Thrall obviously, but then I was like, nah, I'm not really Thrall.
I could see Thrall.
I could see Thrall too, but nah, I'm just not really feeling Thrall. I mean, like, obviously, if I had my choice, it would definitely be, like, one of the Tauren, but, my options
Yeah,
are pretty much
just be
Bane or
Bane, dude.
Karen at this point.
Oh, I mean the Karen. Yeah, be Karen.
But, I don't
That's
know,
fucking
you know,
awesome, dude.
Karen's pretty alright. I have nothing against Karen. I want to make that clear.
He's fucking awesome.
He is. But he's also really hot-blooded, and I'm just like, I don't know
Yeah,
if I'm
that's
really
true.
that hot-blooded, you know? I'm not...
Dude, be a panda then, dude.
No, man. Fuck the pandas. All right, I
You could be Laura. You could be Laura Walker Cho, dude.
No, I don't want to be Lower Walker Cho.
Yeah.
That's the last
Well,
guy I
what
would
about,
be. I'd be.
What about Vol'jin?
I was
be
gonna
Vol'jin?
say, if anything, I'd be Shen Stormsnout.
Oh yeah.
And,
Yeah, there
and
you go.
even then, it's
Shen.
like I don't really feel like I would be a good Shen Stormsnout if I was gonna pick Pandaren.
Well, I mean, like he likes to wander. He likes to cook with new ingredients and stuff. He likes to live the simple life.
Yeah, he also likes getting drunk as much as possible with his new brew.
Hey man, that's you. That's
No,
perfect, dude.
it's not. I don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if I really had my choice, I'd want it to be Rexar.
Oh yeah, Rexar would be good.
Yeah, but I don't own that many pets, but, like, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't have the connection that you have with Arthas, with anybody in particular, you know? And I'm envious. I want that.
I mean, there's so many characters though.
There are. It's like,
Just gotta-
man, I feel like I really need to, like, dig deep to figure this out, because it's definitely not Illidan. It's as far as I'm aware, none of the Blood Elves really do it for me.
You know, I'd be super worried if I met a person who was like Illidan.
Was like Illidan.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like this guy's probably a psychopath.
probably a psychopath, but they're really ambitious.
Yeah.
They're ambitious to the point where that's all that they care about. But I mean, that's not bad. It's just like, you know, until you understand the method to the madness, you know, there is only madness.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you could be Anduin, dude.
Anduin? You
Yeah.
mean the new leader of the alliance?
Yeah, the king.
No. I'm just gonna say it right now. No. I mean,
Hey, you could be. You know, Malfurion's not that bad.
I just want to clarify. I have nothing against Anduin. Great leader. He's really coming into play now because he's got to step up. But I feel like he's actually like doing it as a leader. But no, not Anduin. I don't have that connection to the light. I just don't feel it.
Well, yeah, I got a random question for you
All
because
right,
right now I'm looking at the books in the series, and I do want to go over the way I'm gonna read them in a
right.
little bit. But give me like three on both sides of favorite lore characters. Because for me, the Lions, I'm gonna count Arthas in that,
Oh, I would count Arthas too. I know
and
you
then
have a huge connection to Arthas.
Varian, I'd probably put in that list too.
Variant's badass.
And then the third, I'm gonna have to actually think about. But my number one horde guy is definitely gonna be Grom, but not like Warlords of Draenor Grom,
Mm-hmm.
like Warcraft 3 Grom. That was a badass. I definitely relate to that guy. And then Karen Bloodhoof.
Oh, Karen,
in that
Karen,
list.
yeah, Karen, absolutely.
And let's see here. Man, the third one's kind of hard to think about. Oh, and then I've always liked what's his name? The Curse Lord. I guess he's not really horde, but he was in Warcraft 3. Anubarak.
And Nubarak.
I've always liked Anubarak too. Kel'Thuzad is pretty cool too. Once again, not really in the horde. He was in Warcraft 3, but I have a hard time identifying with mages.
Yeah, I do too. That's why I'm kind of like, how does Jaina do it?
Yeah,
She's talented.
I love Jaina, but I can't really say that she's one of my favorites. You know.
Yeah, I mean, she's kind
I
of
just want to.
she's kind of
her
hard
and
to
stuff.
really relate to nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you gotta put it in perspective too. That like everything she's loved is pretty much dead.
Yeah, I mean, she's had a really difficult character development as of now.
Mhm.
Let's see if.
Not only did she like love Arthas,
Hmm.
but I feel like she loved Varian too.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I do have to ask. There is one question on my mind. Who is going to be the new troll leader? I feel like it's going to be like within the new expansion. It's going to be someone from the Zandalari tribe.
Probably. I
Like,
have one funny thing to add.
what?
In the Arthas book,
Mm-hmm.
Jaina was in Dalaran,
Yeah.
and Kael'thas, Sunstrider, is
Yeah.
absolutely obsessed with
Oh, I remember
Jaina.
that.
And
I
some
was-
of the like interactions
Yeah.
between Jaina and Kael, and then Jaina, Kael, and Arthas when Kael found out that they're together.
Mhm.
Just hilarious, dude.
I have to say, like, you know how I was saying none of the Blood Elves actually do it for me? I mean, I guess I should clarify none of the High Elves do it for me either, because Kel'Thas is definitely not in that category. I do like his voice actor, though. He has a very legit voice actor, because he does a lot of things. He's actually Axel from Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh.
And, yeah, he does his voice.
I've always been a huge fan of Kael.
I forget his name. I'm gonna feel really bad about that.
I always read when I'm reading these books too. I always read it in their voice. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And Kael's actually pretty old.
Yeah, well, I mean, High
like-
Elves lived for quite some time.
Yeah, but I think we were talking a while ago, and we're like, oh, he's in like the same age range as like Jaina and stuff.
Yeah,
He's definitely not.
but I
He's
mean,
a lot
he's
older.
like he has the attitude of it.
Yeah. He's like a revered mage in Dalaran though, for
Mhm.
sure. Like he's really good in the magic department, and he's a prince. But yeah, he kind of has that like stuck up prince mentality
Yeah.
for sure.
I
And
just have to
it's
say,
evident in the book.
I really just want his Phoenix.
Yeah.
Everyone just wants his Phoenix. Nah, I feel you. It's tricky. It sucks.
So I say like since Kael was part of the
Quentin
Alliance in
Flynn.
Warcraft 3. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's who voices.
But
Kel-
since
Kel
Kael was in the Alliance in Warcraft 3, my favorite character of the Alliance is gonna have to be Kael.
Mm.
Although that's tough because I always really liked Illidan, but once again, I like all these characters in Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
Like WoW kind of screws with them.
Let me think.
And if that were the case, my third favorite for the Horde would have to be Thrall, but
Okay,
WoW kind of ruined him.
I have to think about 3 characters because it's hard, but I can tell you right off the bat, like if we were gonna do like Horde characters, Saurfang Sarafang has to be on
Oh
there.
yeah,
He is a
yeah,
great.
he's a badass.
Yeah, he's badass. It's
Oh,
never
you
really
gotta see
made
his
clear.
new character model too.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but yeah, Sarafang is definitely like on that list, like just right there. I don't know. I don't know if I'd say like I identify the most with him, but definitely as a character, he's up there.
Hmm.
He's doing for the orcs what Thrall could never do, at least
Well,
to a
I
large
mean,
degree, I think. And that's not
I
like
don't
to
know about
say.
that, dude.
I'm just saying like kind of as some sort of like person that's always been for the Horde, trying to do what's in their best
Yeah.
interest.
Like, I think he's the next step in the evolution for sure.
Yeah.
But right now, like all the orcs except for a few bandits are in concentration camps, and Thrall managed to create a horde out of it. So you can't take too much away from Thrall
No, no,
at the same time.
I mean, like, yeah. I just want to say, like, currently in WoW, it's kind of like Sarfang's doing a lot
Hmm.
because Thrall's
For
not
sure.
doing anything. But
Yeah.
like lore wise, yeah, I would say like Thrall has like a huge history with that. He he basically helped create the Horde.
Yeah.
I would probably say Karen's there also, and probably Rexar.
Yeah, Rexar is awesome.
Yeah, dude, I love Rexar. He's great. He's got the pets, man.
After I read these books, I'm gonna go back and play Warcraft 3 because
Yeah.
Rexar's campaign is in the. He's like the tutorial,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't remember too much about Rexar, so I'm gonna have to go back and read and play that. I mean, I know Rexar, but I don't remember the story of Rexar inside the game, so I'll have to go back and play that.
Yeah. I got a question. And I don't know if you know this off the top of your head. Who is the blood elf that actually helps the paladins?
Uh, I know. I don't know.
Is it
I mean, it's
Lady
Leandrin.
is it Lady
Leandrin.
Leandrin?
Yeah,
Is that
I think so. I don't know if
she
that's like the original one, but that's the
No,
one who's
no,
helping right now.
that's who I'm thinking of. She's pretty cool.
Yeah,
You know, I take it back. You know, she's on the list.
I'd say she's more. This might be kind of dumb. I'd say she's more like alliance based.
I'd say she's a bit more on the neutral side, if nothing else.
Yeah,
Because she's being a paladin, she's definitely probably more in the mindset of I'm there to help anyone who seeks light, especially paladins. But in terms of like Horde or Alliance, come on, man, she's always gonna be Horde. She's a blood elf.
yeah, yeah. I think like it's kind of a difficult thing with WoW and lore.
Yeah.
Like they really don't go together.
It's one of those
But-
things where like as long as it's in the best interest of the light, that's where she's gonna be.
It's just like
Much
you
like
know,
with any paladin.
I don't think the Blood Elves really want to be a part of the Horde.
I am
well,
not
now
really
they're
sure
all-
about that.
They're always a part of the Alliance.
They were a part of the alliance, but then they kind of shunned away from it.
Yeah, but we're talking like hundreds and hundreds of years part of
Mhm.
the Alliance, and then as opposed to 50 years or so of the Horde.
And I mean, like, I don't know, whoever's
So for
leading
WoW, for the game, WoW, it
Yeah.
makes sense. But I feel like if the lore continued, the High Elves would be back on the Alliance.
I don't know, man.
Blood Elves.
Considering like the blood elves as they are now, it's a hard one.
Yeah.
It's confusing. I don't know. If there was,
Well, as long as Sylvanas is alive,
yeah, it's a good
sure.
point. Sylvanas
like,
will
the
always
Blood
be
Elves and
alive.
stuff.
I'm curious where they're going with Sylvanas.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, like, she's done some pretty shady stuff. It's
I
one
mean,
of those...
we all know. Well, I mean, it's a high probability in my mind that Sylvanas and Anduin are gonna have to team up against the old god.
I agree. I'm just kind of curious what a lot of the mysteries behind Sylvanas is gonna, like, where they're going with that. Because I'm sure it's not gonna be like, oh my god, she was evil the whole entire time, or oh my god, she's now the Lich Queen. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna lead up to something. You know, it's gonna be a huge letdown if it's like, oh yeah, all this time she was just doing like super training with all these characters, or she was just like creating like some sort of power plant to make everyone like 10 times stronger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like that's just gonna be a huge letdown for everybody who's just like anticipating the big mystery that's behind Sylvanas' character.
You know what I want to see?
Hmm.
Of course, like I hope they make this a notebook. I don't want to see this shit in the game really,
Yeah.
but I want to see a lot more interactions between Jaina and Sylvanas.
You know what?
'Cause
I'd
there's
be
got to
down
be
for
some.
that.
There's got to be something there because I mean the person that pretty much sent the elves and stuff to the undead Forsaken was Arthas.
Yeah.
I mean he's the one
I
that pretty much killed Sylvanas.
I
There's
have
got to be some kind of interaction there.
yeah. I have nothing against I was gonna not to mix up the subject, not to change it up a little bit, but I have to say, I have nothing against the leader of the Blood Elves currently.
I don't even really know what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I don't give a shit
I
about the
can't
Blood
remember
Elves.
his name, but I have to say I want a new leader. I want a new Blood Elf leader. One that's like I guess just a bit more relevant to everything going on.
They should just bring back Kale for like the 4th time.
I mean, we kind of killed him in Burning Crusade pretty badly.
We killed him twice.
Yeah.
He can come back. I
Uh,
think actually we killed him 3 times.
did we?
Sort of. Like, don't we kill him in the dungeon and then he comes back and then we kill him again?
Yeah, but I was saying, what's the third time?
Well, I mean, that was all in one dungeon.
Yeah.
Unless he just changes in that dungeon. Like, I know he has 2 phases or 3 phases, but I don't know if we kill him first and then he comes back in that one dungeon. Like, I know the raid aside.
I'm just trying to remember.
Yeah,
who...
they should just bring back Kale, dude. He represents the Blood Elves perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down for that. I'm just trying to remember who the hell was the leader of the Blood Elves, because
Isn't it still a Sunstrider?
no, it's not Sunstrider, because Kel'Thas was the last Sunstrider.
It is Lorthamar.
Yeah, that
Theron.
guy. I like he had a part
That's
in.
a cool name.
He had a cool name. He has a cool name, and it is an awesome eyes patch. But the thing is, his only relevancy that I can remember, at least the last time that he really had anything to play a part in terms of the Horde, was basically the Siege of Orgrimmar. Especially, I remember he had an interaction with Sylvanas during like the battle at the front gate. I remember that shit, and that's about it. He hasn't really done anything. Doesn't really do anything either. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he does something depending on the class that you played during like your little class, like your little quest for your class hall or whatever. Like depending on what class, but I don't know. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he's not too relevant to everything.
I mean, there's always gonna be those irrelevant leaders anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, we got plenty on the lines too.
You got the gnome guy.
Mm-hmm.
Will gnomes ever become relevant?
It's a side note. Coming back to Thrall, by the way, his former slave master was Idalis Blackmore.
That's it. Just trying to
And
cover
what's
our
cool in
ass.
What's cool in Warcraft 3 is when you start playing the Thrall campaign.
Mm-hmm.
The first major guy you have to defeat is Blackmore, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he does a pretty fucked up thing,
Mm-hmm.
if I remember correctly. But all the same, yeah, you know, it's like if Kel'Thas came back to like if they somehow were able to resurrect Kel'Thas and make him relevant and have him lead the Blood Elves, sure, I'd be curious to see how that works out. If they were to get someone who's a little more relevant, like I think Lady Liadrin, she's a lot
yeah,
more
that'd be cool.
relevant. She's a lot more relevant than the actual leader of the Blood Elves, because she actually does something. Straight up, she's in the class hall for the Paladins.
I think that might be a hard sell though, only because she's like devoted to the light.
Oh, I'm not
But-
I'm not saying that she should be the leader. I'm saying she does a lot more than the current leader.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, totally. Just
I would be I'd be fine with her being the leader though.
I would too. I'm just saying
It'd just be a hard sell.
like the paladin person.
Yeah.
She's definitely a lot more viable there, I think.
Mhm.
I'm just saying she's like 10 times more relevant than like a
Oh
lot of the
yeah,
other
for sure.
blood elves.
Which is fine at the same time because like you gotta assume too while we're doing the whole WoW thing that the capital cities and all that have their own things happening at the same time.
I would like to see an expansion where this comes into play, preferably in the next expansion because
I mean, I don't think we really need to see it though. Like just to make up your own story on what's happening with Silvermoon, you know?
is that part of the role
Just
playing
assume that's happening.
experience?
Yeah, just assume that's happening, and then you have something else you got to worry about.
The politics within the Warcraft current events. Which, see, that's the thing about Battle of Azeroth. I figured they'd be very, very high end per spectrum because you got so many things going on. You got the Undercity, which is gonna be gone. You got, I guess it's the what is it, the Night Elf hometown, which I never remember. That's gonna be gone,
I don't know.
or something along those lines. It's
I
gonna
really
be.
hope. I really hope Alliance gets Lordaeron and Horde can have that tree.
I mean, fair enough. The undead are just gonna destroy it one way or another. And you know what's gonna happen to Lordaeron? It's gonna be the Night Elf new tree. And they're gonna be like, how could they do this to me?
Oh man, if they do that, dude.
Well, I mean,
But that just needs.
you gotta think about it in the sense that what are the Night Elves gonna do? And you know they gotta have a new starting area.
They can go to the Worgen area. That's fine.
I don't think it works out that way, man. And also, since they're a bunch of tree huggers, anywhere they go and make as a new capital city, it's just gonna be one giant
It wouldn't make sense
botanical
anyway.
garden.
Like, everything on is pretty much dead right now.
Yeah, that sucks. What's gonna happen when Azeroth wakes up? Will she ever wake up?
Well, I mean, if she didn't wake up from Sargeras stabbing a sword in her, I don't know what's gonna wake her up.
Cause she's still alive, right?
I don't know. Well, I mean, yes, but like
The planet, if she's dead, the planet would be dead.
It's a planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now she's bleeding it. And that's kind of like the premise of the next expansion is we got to collect all the like we call it Azerite. Pretty much like the blood of Azeroth. That's what we're fighting over. That's why Horde is against Alliance, and vice versa. So we got to capture all that.
Turn into weapons.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that sucks.
All right, I got about 10 more minutes to talk about WoW, and then I gotta go.
Okay, no, it's fine. I think we did as much WoW talk as we can do right now.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that there's not a lot more to talk about. There's a shit ton of stuff to talk about. I think
Oh yeah.
my mind can only comprehend so much, and I think we've reached the limit though.
Yeah. Man, I could always like get me talking about WoW or something kind of like along those lines that I like. Yeah, I can just go on and on.
Yeah, I mean, like, I still need to figure out which character I really identify with.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna get in this one episode. It's an
Man,
ongoing
just be
thing.
like, just be Magni
Magni?
or Murden.
I mean, they're pretty impressive dwarves. I mean, if I was gonna play any Alliance character, if I was gonna really identify with any Alliance character, it probably would be one of the dwarves. Although I do have to say Varian is definitely in my top 3.
Yeah.
Because guy's a badass. Hell,
Oh yeah.
you see him in like Legion, and he's just straight up like full on. Got it. It was great.
I can't
Beautiful.
wait. I can't wait to read the Varian book because like I know a little bit of like what happened with him,
Mm-hmm.
but from the Arthas book, like he's so much more of a warrior and a leader than Arthas is right now. It's like wow, he's been that way his whole life.
So it's a lot more fleshed out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
That's always
love
good.
I love the fact that when they're like teenagers, Varian just whooping Arthas's ass.
Well, I mean, the thing is, Arthas wasn't all that strong in comparison.
Eh.
I know he was like he was a little talented, but Varian was like
Yeah, it's just like super talented.
yeah, A plus. Varian gets an A
Although
plus.
right now, after Murden's been training Arthas,
Hmm.
when they spar now, it's pretty much a tie between Varian and Arthas.
Well, yeah, because yeah, good teacher. Guy knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Murden's a beast. Probably Uther. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, Uther. He's
Uther.
badass too.
Yeah. Actually, I take it back. It's probably Tyrion. I think Tyrion would be my paladin guy.
It's funny in the book right now, Arthas, he pretty much makes fun of Tyrion because how old he is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, he was old then when Arthas was a teenager. In current WoW, before he died,
Yeah.
he must have been close to like 70 or 80.
Oh my god, it broke my heart when you just see Tyrion
Oh, I know.
like at the end of it, because I did that quest and I was just like, oh my god, Tyrion, no, because that was the first.
I wish they came back to him too.
Yeah, well, I mean that was my first class quest because I went for the Ashbringer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course
So
that went.
I'll gladly take the Ashbringer from him. But yeah, it's sad.
Oh my god, that hurts so much. So yeah, for my money, it's like definitely Tyrion. Tyrion's on that list.
If it makes you feel any better though, we end up killing that thing that
The
killed
Dreadlord.
Tyrion. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I figured
I forgot what it was, but it was that big ass creature.
it was. Oh, not the Dreadlord, but the guy that basically takes Tyrion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I figured that guy wasn't over with. Like that demon was gonna come back.
Hmm.
Part of the Burning Legion. I figure it's like, yeah, this guy's coming back.
This is probably the last time we're ever gonna see the Burning Legion too.
At least you might see the remnants. Let's be honest.
Yeah, well, definitely. I know Warlocks are getting pretty much like a new demon, like companions or
Yeah.
pets.
Oh, that's kind of
Like
cool.
all the demons we fight in Legion are pretty much gonna be Warlock pets now.
I was gonna say, um, you know what I miss?
Mm.
I miss puppy dog Gul'dan.
Yeah.
That was the best. Not like Gul'dan as the way that he was Gul'dan when he's just like, this was not the way it was supposed to be. Just when you see him super defeated at the beginning of Warlords of Draenor. It's the best.
Mm-hmm.
I miss
I
that.
still think like Gul'dan is the ultimate bad guy for WoW.
Classic
Not
villain.
not like because there's obviously bigger villains than
Well,
Gul'dan.
yeah,
But
Sargeras
as far as
for
like
one.
the core, as far as the core of Warcraft, I think it's always been Gul'dan.
Gul'dan
It's
is
always
the
been
guy
like
who
the bad
sets.
guy.
Gul'dan is the guy who sets things in motion.
Hmm. And he's always just been all about him.
Yeah.
I know they try to like give him a sad backstory, but he's always just been evil.
Yeah,
There's never
I
been
didn't
any good in him.
like the sad backstory. I was just like, I kind of like this guy just being villain and twirling his mustache.
Yeah, I like the video, but I don't think him having like a sad backstory.
No,
Like,
of course
I don't
not.
think that's the consequence of what happened with how
Guy
he turned out.
condemns his whole entire race. Of course, he's not gonna be like, he's not gonna make up for everything. Heck, I don't even think I don't even think his backstory's gonna make up for like anything. It's just gonna be like, oh well, naturally this is why he wants everybody to suffer, because he was picked on. Goes finds I can't remember. Wait, which one was it?
Huh.
The guy that makes contact with Gul'dan.
Medivh?
Not Medivh. I'm talking about like
Cho'Gall?
Cho'Gall. I don't think it was Cho'Gall. I thought Cho'Gall was Gul'dan's like apprentice, so to speak, one of his underlings.
Yeah. I don't know who
Uh,
you're talking about then.
like that wasn't one of the Eridar guys,
Oh yeah, I think that was. It
Archimonde.
was either Archimonde or Kil'jaeden.
It was Kil'jaeden.
One of the two.
It was Kil'jaeden.
Yeah, it was.
I'm like 90% sure it was Kil'jaeden. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like Kil'jaeden just tries to like come to Gul'dan's senses. He's like, "Oh, there, Gul'dan. It's okay. How would you like some evil powers? That'll make them pay." And you see like this glimpse of hope in like Gul'dan's eyes. It's like, yes, they'll all pay.
Oh, another character that you could possibly be. I know this is gonna random, but you could be Maraud, dude.
Who?
Vindicator Maraud.
Oh yeah, Murad.
Guy's the badass.
I mean, yeah, he's all right. I mean, the Draenei, they've always naturally had an affinity to the light, and sadly, their race keeps seemingly to devolve to like some sort of understage, which is kind of weird. But I understand how it works, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
They're very closely linked to the light. In fact, I'm still waiting for what is it, the Ashen Tongue to be playable.
Yeah.
I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would.
I feel like that needs to happen, especially
Alright,
now.
So I gotta go sleep, but
Okay.
I think before we end it, dude, you gotta choose somebody.
I gotta choose somebody. Well, okay, fine. If I have to pick someone, it's gonna be surfing. Just hands down,
Alright.
I will choose surfing. Or his brother
And I want to
Broxigar.
choose 3 different characters, by the way, for my
Okay.
favorite Horde characters. Now that we've been talking, it would be Sourfang for sure.
Yeah.
No, actually, man, only 3. I gotta take them out.
I mean, Broxigar
I'm
is
gonna
also
go-
up there. I would choose
I'm
surfing or
going-
Broxigar.
Going Cairn Bloodhoof,
Oh, that guy's great.
Warcraft 3 Thrall, and Garrosh. No, but I don't have Grom in there. That's hard, dude.
Yeah.
Narrowing it down to 3. I like Garrosh, so Garrosh, Grom, and Cairn Bloodhoof. There we go.
Why don't you want why don't you want Vol'jin?
Oh, dude, fuck.
He
don't
has
like
a
Vol'jin at
really
all.
sad cinematic, like at the very end when he dies.
The bitch, dude.
It hit my feels.
I like Zul'jin. I think Zul'jin's a badass. I
Zul'jin?
don't like Vol'jin though.
Was Zul'jin his father?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think No, I don't think so.
I don't remember who Zul'jin is, but that's all right. Here's the
He's
question.
leader of the Soleimani or something.
Oh, okay. The Solomon
or
Trust.
was.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I was just gonna say we'll leave it as a question for all the viewers, but I guess don't need to now. But yeah, I think we'll end it off here.
Yeah,
So
sounds
yeah,
good.
you
I'm still
get.
gonna watch my movie, dude. I'm gonna end up going to sleep super late.
It's fine. It's fine. You try to get as much sleep as possible. Me, I'm just gonna chill out here, playing my stupid ass Digimon game, and yeah. I hope you guys have a fantastic night. Spider Mikey, you wanna end it off?
Oh man, dude. See you guys, dude. Talk about WoW again sometime.
Okay.
Sometime in the future.